Welcome back to Gooner Fanzine TV. In the shadows of the Emirates after Arsenal's hugely disappointing 2-2 draw with Southampton. With Dan, the man who's just come from Unai Emery's press conference. I've got to ask Dan, first of all, what was Emery's demeanour during that press conference?
It was a man who is on the ropes. He kind of walked in, sat down, and he just had this look on his face of, this could be the end.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Did he look defeated? Did he look like he'd given up?
Absolutely. When he first started talking, he was just talking so quietly, you could barely hear what he was saying. It was like a man who just kind of knew it's coming to an end, really.
And what was he saying? I know, like the other week, you said he was the least defiant man in the world. Was he even defiant today?
He was just talking nonsense today.
Really? What was he saying?
For me, he always has this one thing that he talks about over and over in press conferences, whether it's controlling the game or corners or something like that. So today it was, we missed an opportunity to connect with the fans. Well, you may have, but it's all about the performance on the pitch that connects with the fans, isn't it? I mean, it wasn't good enough again. So, a lot of the questions asked had that answer, basically.
And what was his general take on the game? I mean, did he think Arsenal were lucky to get a point? Did he think they should have had all three? Did he think Southampton should have won handsomely? He's obviously not going to say that, but...
Yeah, he said he was disappointed in the performance, and everyone should be. He was asked if he was angry with the players and the way they played, and he said no, because I can't be angry with the players when they've got the right attitude.
Okay.
But yeah, it didn't. For once, he didn't give a delusional view of Arsenal should have won because they didn't deserve to win. And he agreed with that today. It was quite interesting what the Southampton boss Ralph Hasenhüttl said. I was in his press conference as well, and he said that he thought his side could have won by 4 or 5 today, and I completely agree with him.
Yeah, on the back of the team losing 9-0 to Leicester, basically.
Of course,
as well. For a manager to come to the Emirates to say that, what does that say about the team?
Well, I mean,
the Arsenal team.
The one thing Arsenal are really good at is making terrible teams look really good. I mean, we look at Palace, not a bad side, but we made them look world beaters. Same with Wolves. Same with Southampton today. It's ridiculous. There's one thing that Emery did say. It was completely bizarre, though. So he said there was a 20-minute spell in the second half that's been the best Arsenal have played all season.
Really?
Yeah.
What game was he watching?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a completely and utterly bonkers answer. I don't know what 20-minute spell he was talking about and what other performance he thinks was worse than that.
Were there any sort of supplementary questions? I know you only get a certain amount of time to ask questions, but were any sort of follow-up questions on the back of that sort of statement, really?
Well, he's just asked about the performance, and he just continued to say, we're disappointed, we should have done better. He talked about trying to find a balance. So obviously he was asked about the switch in formation that happened at half-time. He said, we were better defensively in the first half than we were in the second half, but we were more attacking in the second half. But then because of that, the formation change, we lost the balance, which I completely agree with. I mean, they were all over the place second half.
What was his take on playing 5 at the back, 3 centre-halves and 2 wing-backs?
Well, he just said that he thinks it makes them better defensively. But I mean,
against a team that lost 9-0 at home.
Well, the one thing I would say about that formation is 3 at the back, or 5 at the back, whichever one you want to look at it. There is more defenders, but it does allow you to be more attacking because you get the wing-backs going forwards. You can have one midfielder pushed on in support of Ozil, and then you've got the 2 attackers. So you do have more people going forward in that formation, although it looks like you have more defenders. That is the one thing I would say. But, I mean, it was the wrong formation to play. I mean, they were shocking in both halves, but they were just slightly better in the second one. They looked a bit more threatening. But they just... He kept talking about, his job is to try and find solutions, and that was one of the reasons why he changed formation, because he's trying to find a solution. But he's just a man who's run out of ideas. He doesn't have a solution. There is no solution.
What was he quizzed on Ozil or Torreira or anyone like
that? No, he wasn't. No,
not at all. Okay. No. Did he single out any players in particular?
It wasn't. I don't think there was a single player mentioned.
Okay.
So
And what was his general demeanour then? Was he's obviously he's obviously a gentleman, but at the same time he goes into press conferences that I've seen. He looks quite smart. His tie's done up, top button's done up. What did he look like today?
Well, he was suited and booted as always, but it was it was the face of a man who's defeated and who knows he's on the ropes and who knows he's running out of time. I think if Lacazette hadn't have scored, that was possibly going to be it. I thought we had to wait kind of a long time for him. I thought that might have been it. Example that comes to mind was the Spain national team last week, where there was a lot of journalists waiting to hear from the manager after they won. And then, a guy from the Spanish FA came in and said, manager's been sacked, or manager's leaving, because Luis Enrique's coming back. I thought it might be that kind of situation where someone comes in and says, Unai Emery's been relieved of his job, but he did eventually come in after a long time. I imagine there was a lot of discussion going on in the dressing room and maybe further up at board level. So it was interesting to see that it took him, I think, about a good half an hour to turn up, which is a lot lot longer than usual.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were following your tweets, obviously, the man on the inside. It did feel there was a sense of something's going to happen there.
Yeah.
But what do you think should happen now then? If you were the Arsenal board, what would you do?
Sack him tomorrow.
Really? Yeah.
Well, they're going absolutely nowhere. And I think I tweeted this in the first 15 minutes. Compared to the past few games, they've somehow got worse today. That was just a terrible performance from start to end.
Yeah.
There was one or two positives in terms of individual performances. I'm sure we'll come on to that in the player ratings, but there was no sign of improvement. It's going backwards continually, over and over and over again.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just to cut a long story short, basically, Emery's got to go in your book, certainly in my book as well, and you've come from his press conference. How would you describe it in 3 words today? Put you on the spot there.
Got it wrong.
Got it wrong. Very good line. Excellent. And where do we go from here? If Arsenal don't sack Emery, what happens next?
Well, if Lacazette hadn't have scored, they would have been 9th. I mean, well, that's not where Arsenal want to be and need to be, so there has to be a change. Obviously, there's been a change across the other side of North London this week, and I think Arsenal need to have the balls to make that kind of decision, make a big call, be brave, and change it now before it's too late. Yeah.
Just out of interest, were there any sort of questions, sort of Mourinho-angled questions at all?
No, there wasn't.
Okay, and there was obviously no reference to Spurs win earlier.
No, I think obviously, if Arsenal won, I think there might have been a few questions, but I think a lot of the focus is obviously on the performance, Emery's future. Yeah. He did say that the club is supporting him, the club back him, and they had that vote of confidence, didn't they, last week? Yeah. So, we'll wait and see what happens. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much to Dan the Man for coming from Unai Emery's press conference to talk to Gooner Fanzine TV in the shadows of the Emirates. It's a really, really troubling time for Arsenal Football Club at the moment. You've heard Dan's point of view. You've heard us talk about it. We're really, really interested in what you guys think as well. Like, comment, share on Unai Emery, your thoughts on him. Obviously, keep it clean. We don't want any personal views. We just want constructive criticism on why you think Emery is the man for the job or not the man for the job, basically. So let us know. Like, comment, share. Subscribe if you can as well. Join the conversation. And, we'll take it from there on the back of a really, really disappointing result from Arsenal Southampton today at the Emirates. Cheers.